Okay, so we have gotten to the point where we got our first 3 points in our what is it called? What is that thing called? Hold on. Is it not in here? I have completely forgotten what it is, but it is a thing, the stat point distributor or whatever. So we're gonna invest some points. By the way, there's something really cool. I don't know if that will show up in the later part of this video, but if I get there and that doesn't show up in the walkthrough, I will just tell you what it was. But whatever, it's something related to this. So we want to put we got 3 points, so we're gonna put 1 point in speed and 2 points in ancient language. You can, technically speaking, you can put 1 point in combat technique as well, which will be good enough to deal with that one person up ahead, the 3 mages that are about to attack us, you know, in the next chapter, I believe, or in this chapter, I don't remember, but one of these chapters you actually get attacked by 3 mages. Remember, I do remember that happening, and you do need 1 speed or 1 combat technique, but this guide says 1 speed, so I'll just go with 1 speed. We go with 1 speed, and we're gonna go with ancient language. 2 points in ancient language. Got it. 1 speed and 2 points in ancient. Okay, confirm changes. I did right? Speed and ancient language. Got it. I didn't know that you needed ancient language this early on, because this is something really cool that I completely missed out on this one, because I did not know the ancient language thing. So we're gonna go on. So this is what the exact same thing I did before, is I put points in speed, and I'm gonna put points. I did put points in speed last time as well. We're gonna do the exact same thing. I can tell you what, if you hide behind Darren and let them both handle him, he can actually kill them, and Kate will kill the younger mages, and they will win. But Kate is then like, oh, you owe us a favor or whatever. I do remember that. I didn't read into it too much, because I was like, this kind of cringe, I don't want to read that. Draw the younger mage, exactly what I did in my playthrough as well. So that's the thing. If you fight the younger mage yourself, you can do 2 or 3 things. You can actually put 1 point in combat technique instead of speed, and that will be enough to like knock him away, and Kate will kill him later. You can actually put 3 points in toughness, and he will like slice your throat, but it wouldn't actually cut your throat open, and you won't die, and then Kate will kill him and whatever. It's fine. You can. I don't think you can actually kill him yourself, but you can actually hold him off for a while. Draw the younger mage away from there and focus on avoiding his attack, because we have speed, which is going to do this. This is the exact same one. Yeah, speed check, confirm, and then Kate will kill him later. So it's the same thing. It's fine. Yeah, this is the same thing with her like getting angry about us, like we are a still water or whatever, because she hates still water apparently. I don't remember why. I think it has something to do with the beacon of hope or whatever that thing was called, where she was held and tortured. Wasn't that Lasethi though? So why does she hate still water? I don't understand. But whatever the reason is, we're just gonna go with her and go Crystal. Yeah, I'm clear about whatever you want to say, and she backs up. So here's the different thing that we missed out on. Ancient language check level 2. As you approach the forest, I see a female deer and a fawn appear from behind the trees. When the fawn opens its mouth, I realize it speaks in one of the ancient languages my stat device has taught me. Mommy, there are more outlanders this way. Don't worry, child, the fawn's mother tells him. We'll find a way back to our cave, I promise. They head back towards the wood. Wait, I call after them in their own language. The 2 deer stop and look towards me. You can understand us? Asked the doe. So in this situation, you're supposed to... I really found this option hilarious. Tell them they look delicious. I've never picked that one. I don't want to, because I really hate reading stuff like that when I go out of character to do something. Offer to provide protection in exchange for leading us to their cave. Yes, I can tell her. Yes, I can, I tell her. I overheard you talking about a cave. You're looking for shelter as well. We would offer you protection on your way back if you promise to let us share your cave for 1 night. The female deer is measuring me up with her eyes. She isn't sure what to make of my offer. We mean you no harm, I promise, I tell her. No, the female deer says, you don't. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be alive having this conversation with you. I thank you, Outlander. We accept your generous offer. My name is Elaria, and this is my child, Molan. I believe this is how humans make their acquaintance. She approaches me and she extends one of her front hoofs towards me. I realize she wants me to shake her hand. I grab her hoof and shake it lightly before letting it go. I'm Barry, I tell her. Pleased to meet you. Darren and Kate are looking at me dumbfounded. It appears to me that the 2 of them probably didn't understand a word of what I've been saying, and this must all sound like weird animal noises to them. Barry, what the hell? As Darren, I'll explain later, I tell him. They said they can lead us to their cave in exchange for our protection. We're still looking for shelter, aren't we? Well, I guess, but then come on, she says it's this way. I say as I follow the deer into the wood. Darren is clearly very reluctant about all of this, but follows me regardless. Kate looks more puzzled than skeptical as she decides to follow as well into the depths of the mountain towards the into the depths of the forest towards the mountain. Let's go on the next chapter. Checkpoint. Why am I reading that? Chapter 3. So Barry, let me get this straight. Darren says, you're saying that trinket you're carrying with you is in fact, yeah, we already read all this. And then Kate is like, wait, which part of this is new? I'm just gonna read all of it because I feel like a lot of it's new. So Barry, let me get this straight, Darren says. You're saying that trinket you're carrying with you is in fact a device that amplifies your physical attributes, which is powered by the magic all around us. Right, I answer. And this device taught you an ancient language that made you able to communicate with the two deer. Correct. Darren and Kate and I are sitting in a circle on the rocky floor of our deer host cave. Our trip here has been rather uneventful, save for a few more dead bodies we have seen along the way. Darren has gotten out of his heavy armor since we have arrived, is now wearing more comfortable clothes. Barry, there's no such thing as talking to animals. I've heard you talk to them, quote unquote, and it's nothing but weird animal noises. Just because you got lucky and they actually brought us to their lair doesn't prove you're right. Kate, but you knock some sense into our dear companion there. Companion here. Kate, no, Kate answers curtly, because they won't be bothered to, because he is right. The device he's carrying is indeed a stat booster, and one of those stats give the owner a knowledge of the ancient languages. What? Weren't you the one saying I shouldn't trust him just a few hours ago? Why are you defending him now? I'm not defending anyone. I've known the true function of these devices for a long time. I don't need to trust him in order to tell him the truth. Fine, I give up. You win, Barry. So what are these stats of yours anyway? Yeah, it's the same, I think. What is this? Yeah, it's just whatever. Just talking. We've already seen all this. Okay, so we get to this point where Darren pauses, and this is just my opinion. He's talking about how we should put our points into observation, and we should give them information about whatever this and that, and that's fine. So we're gonna get to this next part. I hope I'm not interrupting anything important, says Ilaria as she approaches. Thought you might be hungry after such a long journey. She pushes a big plate of cooked meat towards us with her front hoof. Judging by the looks and smell, it appears to be deer meat. Ask her how she got the plate. Ask her if they're cannibals. Call out to see if Molan is still alive. That is hilarious. So apparently the best option here is to ask them if they are cannibals. I'm gonna do that. Wait, so the two of you are cannibals? I ask her. The deer laughs. No, we're not, but I can see why you think that. Perhaps my choice of deer meat was a bit uninspired. A protector, the great golden fox, has taught me the art of food conjuration, and I thought you might prefer some meat rather than vegetables. I've also taken the liberty of conjuring a plate, since I know humans are not used to eating off the ground. Right. Yeah, this is the thing, the food conjuration thing that Rose talks about and whatever. You can cast magic? As the two of us talk, I can hear Darren whisper to Kate. I swear I'm never going to get used to hearing him talk like that. Later pays him no mind and answers my question. Yes, many animals of this continent can. It is a gift offered to us by a protector. Molan's father used to be a lot better at it than I am, but I try my best. So, here's the thing. This is interesting. So, as far as I can remember, the Stillwinter was the Stillwinters, parting up with banshees to fight Lasethi and the golden fox, as far as I can remember. But yeah, I think that's the case, but I'm not sure about that. So at this juncture, you ask her what happened to Molan's father. What happened to Mola's father? He was killed a few years ago by some humans while he was defending us. He managed to hold them off long enough for us to escape, but he didn't make it. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's no problem, you couldn't have known. Obviously, oblivious to the meaning of our conversation, Darren decides to stop waiting for me and starts to eat. He offers Kate a morsel of deer meat. Barry is busy talking to his animal friend. He'll join us when he's done. Eat up or your food will be cold. Shush, I'm trying to listen. Kate replies, you're kidding. You mean to tell me you actually understand what they're saying? Only a little. That's why I need some silence in order to concentrate, so be quiet. Kate's words seem to have caught Illyria's attention. There's no need to be embarrassed about your poor grasp of our language, woman outlander, the deer tells her in the ancient language. I believe your name is Kate, is it not? Feel free to join our conversation if you want. I'll try to use other words that are more commonly known in order to ease your understanding. Kate was caught off guard by Illyria's proposal. She's struggling to form a coherent sentence in the deer language. I did not know that you spoke common. can understand it, but I'm not allowed to speak it. The great fox has forbidden us from speaking in the human language ever since the hunt of Olmnar began. Yeah, the hunt of Olmnar is where they couldn't no longer conjure up food, so they were going around killing these animals. Olmnar began a few decades ago. Humans and animals on this continent had been living in harmony for hundreds of years, but it all changed when the people of Olmnar started hunting animals as a sport some 40 years ago. Oh, that was for sport? I thought it was for food. This is when the great fox decided to sever all ties between the human kingdom and the animal kingdom and the humans, and forbade us to speak the common language ever again. So not allowed speak us. Technically, I shouldn't be talking to humans in general, but the only rule set in the stone is that I'm not allowed to speak in the common language. The great golden fox is an old spirit that has guided all animals on the continent for thousands of years. She's the protector, our shepherd, our teacher. We all aspire to be like her. I respect the great fox and her decision. That does not mean I agree with all of them. I fear the rift that has grown between our two races will only further amplify the conflict between us. Most humans have forgotten the art of food conjuration. Without us to help them, they have started turning to more primitive methods of acquiring food. What used to be only a sport practiced by Olmnar has now become the means of survival for many humans. This war has already cost us so many lives, including Molan's father. I'm getting more and more tired of it with each passing day. She pauses. But I digress, my friends. I thank you once more for your help. Our home is your home until you decide to take your leave. Please eat to your heart's content and do not hesitate to ask for more. I will be over there if you need me. With these last words, Elmnar bows her head and goes to sit near her offspring, who is sleeping in a dark corner of the cave. Darren, who has been eating all this time, is now looking at us, shaking his head. Okay, he says, I only have one question for you. Did you ask her if she got more of these? She points at the plate of food in front of him. She said you can ask for a refill whenever you want. I answer him, perfect. There's no need to hold back. And the three of us, after the three of us are done feasting, Darren decides to pick up our initial conversation where we left off. Alright, he says, Barry, I'm not going to need to decide now. Yeah, this is the same thing. What are you going to do? What sort of things you want to do in battle? So whatever, I think I've put 1 point in speed, so we're gonna go for focus on avoiding attacks and baiting, because technically it doesn't really matter what points you put in, where you put in. Do I have points yet? No, I don't. I'm supposed to get 6 points at this point, but whatever. So we're gonna go with, we have already read all these, at some point, it's not that much different anyway. Focus on avoiding attacks, I don't care, who cares, since this is all bullshit anyway. Oh yeah, observation check failed. You can actually get an, there's an achievement here for observation and whatnot, but whatever.